Zach Martin McKilgo with Secrets of Longevity in Humans.com. It is Thursday, August 13th, 2009, and it is day 5 on my 3-week life change program here at the Hippocrates Health Institute. I'm sitting by the pool, and I thought I'd just record a video here of what my experience has been thus far, as well as what results I'm already seeing and what I want to see happen by the end of my stay here. I also had a number of tests done, which is standard with everyone at the beginning of the program, whether you're here for 1 week or 3 or even longer. And I'll just go over what some of those results were. And on days 2 and 3 here at the Institute, everyone gets a blood draw, and that is a test for the basic things going on in your body, both in terms of deficiencies of minerals, nutrients, and also any other problems going on like cholesterol, triglycerides, HDL and LDL cholesterol, and then also blood acidity or alkalinity, the pH. And one of the perks about this is that the staff here at the Institute are going to read it every year for the rest of your life. I mean, you have to send them the blood or send the laboratory the blood, but they'll read it and consult you on what's going on with your life and your blood and how you can work with the lifestyle to improve it. Now, one of the problems I had going on was slightly acidic blood. I was pretty good in most areas. I mean, I'm coming here expecting not the most major concerns going on with myself, but I had a fairly acidic constitution, and that's most likely because of my use of animal products extensively growing up, and then for a while I was even convinced of the high meat, high dairy type of diet, metabolic typing stuff, which is really fraudulent. I highly recommend not falling for that. I'll do another video in the future about the problems that this can cause. So yeah, the after effects of that, and also transitioning to raw, I was quite involved with probably eating a little bit excessive amounts of seeds and fruits. And then the second blood test they do is they do a live blood cell analysis. So this is on days 3 or 4, depending on where you fall when they do up the schedule. You go in for a little pinprick on your finger, and they put your blood on a slide, and one of the nurses here has a look at it, and she tells you a variety of things going on with your body just from looking at your blood. And then after that you go on to Anna Maria Clement, one of the co-directors here at the Institute, Dr. Brian Clement's wife, and she does the same thing but more in depth, and she'll actually make some recommendations as to some of the therapies and supplements you want to take advantage of while you're here. Also some of the foods you want to eat or not eat, since they actually serve fruit on 2 mornings during the week for breakfast. She'll make the recommendation not to have any sugar if you need that. Personally, I had a minor parasite problem in my blood. Who knows what this could be from? Apparently, a lot of people have parasite issues going on, whether they know it or not. Now, this isn't a big deal. I mean, if it's a minor problem, it's just like a little tapping at your health. It's not the most catastrophic thing, but in the long term, it's best to get it cleared up, just because it is that sort of, it's like having a little mosquito sucking at your blood all the time. I have no idea what type of parasite it is or what, but I'm basically on a no sugar diet right now while here, which is pretty easy to do, as well as on a little parasite cleanse that they sell in the store. One of the other things going on with myself that was shown in the live blood cell analysis, like I mentioned, there was the acidity, but I also had red blood cells clumping together, and this is the result of a high fat content in my diet. Now, I have to admit, I've eaten a fairly high fat diet the last couple of years. There's a time I was eating the animal foods, which obviously has tons of saturated fat, which is horrendous for your health, but also when I was in raw food, just beginning in raw foods, and for the last year, I was eating a lot of nuts and seeds. Actually, more on a lot of seeds. and maybe a few too many oils on salad dressings and things like that. So they recommend not to do that just because it clumps the red blood cells together. It's called rouleau. It's a pretty standard thing they see just because of the percentage of fat that's in most people's diets. And this is a pretty easy thing to do. You just go off the fat and then it starts to clear up. So I'm sure that'll look a lot better by the end of the 3 weeks here. I'll update you on the results of that. So what happens when your blood cells are clumping like that? They don't absorb nutrients as well. They don't bring oxygen to the tissues of the body as well. So if you're athletic like I am, you're going to have you're going to have trouble breathing, not trouble breathing rather, but you're going to get to your point of shortness of breath quicker than if you're on a low-fat diet. So the diet here at the Institute is actually it's a medium to low-fat to high-protein to high-carbohydrate diet. That's a result of all the sprouts, seaweeds, algae, and wheatgrass juice. These are all very high-protein foods. All green foods are mostly complete proteins. The majority of them are complete proteins. That's a fact not many people are aware of. All protein actually comes from the sun. It's converted and created by green plants, and then every animal that eats green plants is then turning those amino acids into proteins in their body, which are eaten by the predators. So many people have this whole mixed up idea about protein and how it can only get it from meat, and it's so old school. It's not even funny. Like, the number of people I have to tell this to, it's boring. So the easiest thing to do is just to redirect people to an article I've written on my website there. It's up in the top info box there. I've given you a link to that article that I've written. As you can see, it's getting dark fast here while I'm shooting this video. So quickly, one of the last tests they do is done by the psychologist or psychiatrist here. It's a stress evaluation test, and it's to see what's the mental component of your health that's going on and how is it affecting you. There are further appointments that you do with them depending on what the result of that is, and the mental aspect of health is one of the largest components that they emphasize here at the Institute. It's well known from the outside as a raw food retreat, but it's also very much focused on the entire whole body. So that's exercise, mental, emotional health, spiritual health, as well as dietary health. So I'll see you tomorrow.